Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it.
All right, we're on.
Good morning. Good morning. This is your host, Val, with the Love and Victory Show with Val. And of course, we have Brother Carter right here with us. We're so excited this morning, as usual. But we are actually going live this morning from the Love and Victory Show headquarters. How do y'all feel about that, team? How do y'all feel about being here at the Love and Victory Show headquarters?
Amen. Hallelujah. We are glad to be in the headquarters of the Love and Victory Show with Val. I'm your main man, Brother Carter, and we're just glad to be here this morning. Hey, Abigail, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. A little stressed, we had to figure some things out, but I think we're gonna still pull together a really good show today.
I think so myself. This is going to be our last show this year.
The last show of the year.
Last live stream. Not the
stream.
last show, period.
Right, because we're getting ready to just kick it off for the holidays. We're going to enjoy our family. We're going to enjoy our friends. We are actually just really kind of taking a reset button. And I hope that everyone that is out there and listening on the airways, FaceTime, YouTube, you do the same with your family. It's always great when you can hit that reset button. Jacob, how are you feeling this morning?
I'm doing pretty good. We got started only a few minutes late, given that we found out pretty late last night.
Yeah.
We would be doing the show from a different venue.
Yeah. Actually, the venue that we're doing it from is our headquarters. Yeah. And so there is no better place than to be at home. I'm just really excited that we actually get to bring you guys into our home life, into corporate world. So the show today is, what is our show? Let's choose happiness. And so this morning we're choosing happiness. We're choosing no matter what, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have a great time today. And it's going to be a little different, but it's a little fun.
How do you choose happiness?
You can make up in your mind to be happy about something versus just dwelling on the negative. And what we're not going to do at the Love and Victory Show is dwell on the negative. We just do what we have to do to keep the show rolling.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. And but that's a process also, isn't it? I mean, you just can't automatically say, I'm going to be happy today and just be happy. And because as soon as it's like life, once you say you want to, if you want to stop gluttony, overeating. Yeah, overeating. And the first thing gonna happen?
What?
Somebody's gonna present some very delicious cake. Meal for you. And you're just gonna be like, it's like when you speak something into the air, it's like something else has taken place,
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I just believe that you still can choose to be happy.
You can, but I'm just saying it's a process, though. It's not just. I'm gonna get into that later, but yeah.
But we want to talk about that. We're gonna come back to choosing to be happy.
Yeah.
Okay, then. And I think before we get going, today is definitely a time and a moment that we need to. Let's say a prayer. Let's get the scripture in. Let's say a prayer, and let's get this show rolling.
Okay.
It's gonna be Brother Carter. You what scripture? This is your.
You
looking at me like I'm doing.
Everything's a little different right now, and I'm looking. Let me take a moment here because I'm looking at the live stream here, and I got to look way up at the camera.
That's okay.
And so it's kind of throwing me off a little bit, but I'm adjustable and I'm flexible and I can get
them what you're doing?
Yeah.
Okay, you like to keep it real.
Yeah. I keep it real.
Okay.
Keep it real
100.
So our scripture today is going to come since we have a show saying choosing to be happy. Choosing to be happy. Our scripture today is going to come from the book of Romans chapter 12, verses 1. It reads as follows now. I beseech you, let me remove my hat as we give unction to the Lord. I beseech you, brethren, therefore, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Verse 2 is the kicker. And be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and line I want us all to focus on today for today's subject is in verse 2, where it says, be not conformed to this world, but be renewed by the renewing of your mind. And this is a process that I was talking about earlier about choosing to be happy. That's a process that, you wake up in the morning, you say, I'm going to be happy today. And as soon as you leave your house, some ignorant person come flying by you as you trying to get out of your driveway and try to destroy your happiness that quick, just that quick. And so that's what I mean. You have to renew your mind constantly, all day, every day, to make sure that you can be in that place that you say you want to be. You say you want to be happy. You have to choose to be happy, even in the midst, amen, of chaos
and foolishness.
Yes, because it's going to be there. Because just because you said you want to be happy, the rest of the world didn't say they want to be happy.
That was my choice.
So, that was your choice. So it's up to you as an individual to be sure that you stay in that place where you say you want to be.
I'm with you on that. And I'm going to go back to, again.
I can put my hat back on now.
No, you can pray. You're going to take it off because you're getting ready to pray.
Oh, I got to put it.
I think you still have control to choose to be happy. I'm not saying that things are not going to come up. I'm not saying that you're not going to get down for a moment. But again, you still have the ability to choose.
You got the power.
You got the power.
You have the power.
Choose to be happy.
Be not conformed.
There you go. Don't let
this world, because this world want to keep you down.
Don't let somebody else define your happiness by their action.
All right.
All right.
You
ready for the prayer?
Let's bow. I'm gonna let you do the prayer this morning. How about that?
Heavenly, most gracious God, this morning you just don't understand how much joy I have in my heart. I'm excited about this show. I'm excited about what you're doing in this season. Only you knew that this was going to happen. You guys have no understanding to the things that God do. We just recently had a whole conversation about this, and God, you just worked it out. So I want to
Amen. God bless you.
All right, then.
So today's show is choosing to be happy. And a lot of times we're approaching. Before we go there, Merry Christmas to all our followers and listeners on another Victory Show with Val, and a Happy New Year. And we're approaching that time. Amen. We're approaching that time where people make resolutions.
Okay. I have this thing about.
No.
Did you get your thought out?
Yeah, because I'm going somewhere. And see, today's topic is a real good resolution, because we're living in a time where there's so much chaos and confusion. And, just like being in the headquarters today versus being on Raise to Praise 100 radio station. I mean, we could have very easily threw in the towel and just said, this is something different, but I'm getting off track right now. But anyway, choosing to be happy is something that we should try to strive for, as a New Year's resolution. What you think about that?
Okay, here's what I think. I think there is always, going back to what we said earlier, you can always make a choice.
Mm-hmm.
You have choices in life. You can choose to be up, you can choose to be down,
Mm-hmm.
you can choose to do it. And here's what I think about resolutions. Resolutions, you're making a choice. But most of the time when you do that resolution,
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you say it, 30 days later, 10 days later, it's
Mhm.
going out the door.
Mm-hmm.
You have to just choose, not because it's something that what people do. You have to make a choice for yourself personally. So that's how I feel about
Well, okay.
resolution.
Okay.
Okay.
That lines up with what are we talking about today?
choosing to be happy.
Choosing to be happy. Yeah.
Let's choose happiness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I want to take this around the room before we get going. I want to ask, I'll start with you, Abigail.
All right.
Let's talk about you and choosing to be happy. How do you?
Abigail not on the screen.
That's okay, but they can hear.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
they can hear me.
They
We're
can
good to
hear.
go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I definitely think, everybody struggles with their own, whether it be a chemical imbalance or, maybe circumstantial type things that can affect, your mood and your emotions and stuff like that. But I'm a strong believer that happiness is a choice.
Yes.
And you can choose to dwell on things. And I'm not saying don't feel your feelings.
Right.
Sometimes you need to take a day or two to
Feel it.
to just feel it, to
Yes.
just cry, to just be a wreck, be a mess,
Yes.
But you have to make decisions daily. It's a consistent thing. You don't just wake up one day happy.
No.
It's all kind of a process, and there's different categories of life, as I like to say.
Happiness.
Of happiness. Yeah, you can find it, some people find it through their career. Some people find it through family. Some people find it through going out and partying. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And, I feel like sometimes you might feel the pressure to find happiness in a certain way because you see other people finding it that way.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's important to kind of trial and error, try things out, it's easy to say do things that make you happy, but that's really what it comes down to, is kind of study yourself.
Yeah.
Track your emotions.
Yeah. Making
kind
a
of
choice.
Yeah, you're making a choice. If something isn't bringing you joy, why are you letting it in your life?
That's a good one right there. Why are you letting it in your life? I like that. And Jacob, what about you?
So something I've been thinking about a lot lately is how our culture specifically, everyone's blueprint for success very closely resembles everyone else's. Land the dream job, marry the dream girl, get the house with the picket fence, 2 or 3 kids, golden retrievers, everything like that. It's interesting how everybody's idea of success is very close to
It really does.
And
baseball and apple pie, huh?
That's right. Exactly. And I kind of catch myself getting, jealous or stressed or upset when, I look at like some of my peers who I feel like are further down the line at attaining those goals than I am. And so something I've tried to kind of be cognizant of is kind of looking at it as a game, and we're all kind of pieces on the same game board. And this game, it's not a timed.
There you go.
Yeah.
It's not.
You get there when you get there.
Right,
It doesn't matter when other people get there.
Right.
You're playing your own game, and if you're playing the game according to God's rules,
If you're in the game, that's
right.
the thing.
You
Be in the game.
You gotta
That's
be in
right.
the game.
Show up
Yeah.
off the game.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if you're playing the game,
Yeah.
if you can tell yourself that you're playing the game, I think you're less likely to get upset and stressed and depressed when you feel like, oh, I just missed out on the tournament.
Yeah.
I 100% agree with you on that, because and a lot of times you do struggle when you look at other people. And we're going to kind of talk about not keeping our head down and just kind of staying in the game. And when you just keep your head down and you look at your own game versus somebody else's game, you really can just keep trotting along. And there are great things that happen when you don't look over to the left, look over to the right, and look backwards. Just keep going forward. Things have a way of working.
See, you a former track star.
Mm-hmm.
and you know about plowing forward and not the wavering and looking to the left and to the right, because when you do that, what happened?
They're coming up. They're gonna come up and they're gonna pass you up. So,
Yeah.
and I'm glad you brought that in. That's so true, because literally
Mhm.
for me, I am one that really believes that you just have to, like, running the
Stay
track,
in your lane.
stay in my lane, and I just
Mhm.
keep doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and I
Mhm.
keep plowing along, and I'm gonna run my race and not somebody else's race.
There
So
you go.
yeah.
That's why you was a winner in your formal life in track,
Yeah.
because you knew the quadrants of life as far as the track was involved.
Mm-hmm.
You knew how to stay in your lane. You knew how to keep your head forward, and you knew how to just run your own race instead of running. What's her name? Shamaki.
Oh, Terry Shamaki. Why you
Terry
gonna bring up?
Shamaki.
Boy, that was let me see how you bring up. You remember that name? There was this girl. Oh my God, there was this girl in Pearland, Texas.
Uh-huh.
Oh my God, and naturally,
I hope Terry Shamaki listening to the show.
I hope
today,
you are.
know.
Let me tell you, she might be one of those
Yeah.
amazing followers that we
Yeah.
have. But
Vicarious
vicarious watchers. I was, fast athlete track runners back in the day, and even
Mhm.
now, were African Americans.
Mhm.
You sprinters, and however, I ran into probably this 4 foot, I would say about 4 foot, 5 foot Caucasian white girl.
Mhm.
And when I tell you, Terry Shamaka, every time we would run this track meet, I would have to. The first time I ran, and I ran against her. Like, who is this girl? I'm gonna blow her out the thing. And she would be right there. And I was actually one of the fastest ones on the team.
Mhm.
And she made me run. And every time we would have a track meet, and I knew that we were running Pearland, I'm like, God dog it, I got to give it
Yeah,
all I
face
got.
it.
I got to face Terry. So, Terry, thanks to you, I never underestimated
Did she ever beat you?
and absolutely not.
Okay.
Oh, I would never live that down.
Well, so why did she ever beat you? What happened?
Because I ran my race.
Okay.
But here's what she did do. The one thing that she made me always remember: when I get on that track,
Mhm.
run my race. Look for that end and don't look
So
aside.
what don't kill you will make you
It
stronger.
will make you stronger.
And
I
so
tell you.
Shamaki made you stronger.
Oh
in
my
that
God.
race, huh?
Because I wasn't getting on that bus.
Yeah.
Full
Yeah.
transparency, I was not getting back on that bus and saying
Mhm.
that little 2 feet, 4 feet white
Yeah.
girl beat me in that race.
Yeah.
So
There's nothing worse.
that would have. Oh, can y'all imagine?
When I was in high school, we had to do strength and conditioning
Mhm.
during the off season for football,
Mm-hmm.
and it was like we just spent the entire school year going to practice, hitting the gym. Like I'm not about to spend my summer
Mhm.
Yes.
busting my hump.
Yes.
So like, and we'd have to be there at like 8 a.m. on a Saturday morning. Or
Oh,
something.
yes.
Something ridiculous.
Yes.
Mhm.
So I would always.
It's more ridiculous than being on a radio show at 6 in the
Slightly
morning.
Just a little bit at 7, 8.
But so when I would go, I would phone it in. You know,
Mhm.
like I'm here, that should be enough.
Yes.
Mhm.
And then finally, when my sister came to my high school, all of a sudden she's playing softball and things like that, and
Mhm.
she's going to strength and conditioning.
Mhm.
And my coaches are like, "Okay, you guys are running in the same heat
Mhm.
for sprints." And it was when I was racing my little sister. It's like, there's no way she's gonna beat me. I've never run faster in my life when I had to race my little sister
Uh-huh.
because she was an athlete. She was a much better athlete.
Oh, wow.
Than I was.
Mm-mm.
But I'm proud to say she never beat me once.
Yeah.
Because it was something
He
about.
really bragging
He
about
bragged
beating his
because he
little sister.
I'm even.
I understand that, but here's what people don't understand. It's something comes from within inside of you when you're like, you ain't gonna beat me at this. I refuse to be the laughing stock or
Mhm.
being mocked. So you were not gonna get beat by your little sister.
Absolutely not.
And so this is full circle to the topic of the show about
Mhm.
choosing to be happy. You made a conscious choice to not let Shamaki beat you. That was Terry Shamaki
Mhm.
beat you. Jacob made a conscious decision that he was not going to let his little sister beat him. He said he made a choice.
But listen to that.
Yeah, he made a choice.
But look,
Yeah.
Lawrence, he was not gonna let his little sister beat him.
I know it's pitiful that he's bragging about that, but that was his choice
That
though.
was
At
his
the
choice,
moment, he
yes.
was not going to let him. So to full circle, you can't be conformed to the former way of thinking, to the things that are going on around you,
Right.
Which takes me back to the scripture that was read this morning. Everything gonna bring us back to the scripture this morning. I'm telling you, you have to have your mind focused and set. Choosing to be happy.
Yes.
This is something. Can we take commercial breaks
Well,
at
we
the
gonna-
Love and Victory headquarters?
We sure can, but I'm gonna give the thought of the day before we do that, and then we're gonna take a quick break, and we're gonna come back at headquarters. We can
And
do
so
everything.
the one thing about taking a break at the headquarters right today is we don't have the good gospel music from.
Well, we have something. That's okay. This is the Love and Victory Show. The Love and
Yeah.
Victory Show always have. We don't even have to go through all that because the Love
Okay.
and Victory Show got love for our followers and listeners. We got
Okay.
this.
So we just want you to stay tuned. Stay tuned. You gotta.
Yeah, I got
There was something else I wanted.
But baby, let me do this.
Okay, go ahead.
Every time I
Something
gotta
else that
remind
came.
y'all, Brother Carter.
I'm excited this morning.
I know.
Mm.
I'm the host today, but
Yeah. I'm
let-
so relaxed
You-
this morning. I feel decent this morning.
You feel good? Okay. Well, I'm gonna go with the thought of the day. And the thought of the day, it lines with everything. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your life trying to impress anyone. Just try to improve yourself. It will help you for a lifetime. Don't waste your time trying to impress anyone.
Mm-hmm.
It will help you. You understand that? And I'm gonna make it all make sense.
Let me see.
Okay, I got it.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And I'm gonna tell you why I think it's important. In choosing to be happy. I'm choosing to be happy. I'm not gonna waste my time trying to impress you guys and do what makes you guys happy. I'm gonna run my own race.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna chart my own course,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna do what is best for me. And if I just do that, if I just stay on the course, if you guys just stay on the course, don't worry about what the left and the right is saying. Don't worry about what's going on behind you. Keep looking forward. Everything will work itself out. I'm a firm believer. So with that being said,
you say don't waste your time. Don't waste your life in trying to impress others, because that's going to be a temporary stage there. That's gonna fade. But it said just try improving yourself,
work on you.
and it will help you for a lifetime.
Just work on you. Just work on you.
Wow, that's a beautiful
work
thought
on
for
you.
today.
Work on you, and
Mhm.
don't worry about that. And with that being said, that's why the Love and Victory Show constantly keep their head down. They keep doing.
Well, with the camera being way up there, we got to keep your head up.
Well, okay, keep up there. We just believe that you just keep doing what you got to do. Don't worry about the small things and just make it work. Stay on course. So with that being said, we're turning it over to Miss Abigail. What you got for us, Miss Abigail? What you gonna give them?
All right, we're gonna go for a short little break.
Yes.
We got some different music for you guys today.
Just enjoy the music.
We're
Okay?
gonna I think you'll like it. It's light. It's fun.
This an opportunity for you to go and
Get you some coffee.
Mhm.
Check on that bacon. There you go. And come right back. All righty. Welcome back to the Love and Victory Show with Val. This is your host, Val, and Brother Carter.
Hey.
How y'all doing out there? How y'all doing?
We're doing good.
Okay, then. Well, we got a little something special going on. It's time for
The Through the Grapevine.
Through the Grapevine. Let's hear this pettiness that's going on.
All right, I'm gonna let Jacob go first with the with that one, the guy that said.
Sure.
Yeah.
You got one
Okay,
for us.
So, are either of you familiar with Robert Griffin III?
Actually, yes. Well,
Baylor,
let's before we
quarterback
do
for Baylor.
before we do that, let's go ahead and do our disclaimer.
Oh, right.
Yes,
Yes,
that is
right.
very important. We always want to do our disclaimer.
Disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Always remember that, guys.
All right. We
All right,
are back.
Perfect. So I'm guessing ESPN probably wishes they had a disclaimer before they went to their analyst. For those of you who don't know, Robert Griffin III, more affectionately known as RG3, was a Heisman Trophy winning quarterback out of the University of Baylor. He was the Rookie of the Year for Washington before he kind of got hurt and his career was shortened.
And stayed hurt.
But he's been a dynamite. He has been a dynamite analyst, calling both college football and then helping out for the Monday Night Football broadcasts on ESPN. This past Monday night, RG3 was on the field and he was discussing Philadelphia Eagles quarterback Jalen Hurts and some of the hate he's been getting. And there is a video. RG3 unfortunately used a poor choice of words. We have that video and we have the word bleeped out, but I think you
that Jalen Hurts couldn't get it done. He couldn't operate from the pocket. He's not the quarterback of the future. I think he proved all those jabboos wrong.
We're back.
Okay, and we're back, and we couldn't hear that video here in studio, but let's just say it was a racial slur that rhymes with bugaboo. And he was calling haters of Jalen Hurts a
Bugaboo.
Right. So he went on Twitter to defend himself and apologize, saying, quote, "Yo, definitely need to clarify this. This is not what I meant to say. Was trying to say those bugaboos in reference to haters and doubters. Regardless of my intention, I understand the historical context of the term that came out of my mouth, and I apologize." So the slur, by the way, is defined in the Merriam-Webster dictionary as used as an insult and contemptuous term for a black person.
Okay. Well, you know,
Yeah, how many terms they have for us?
you know, it's really, I'm going to be honest with you. Whenever you're talking about someone or using terminology, just saying anything, you have to be conscious of your audience and you have to be conscious of the words that you're saying. He's sitting on a platform like this.
Right.
Obviously, it's going to be offensive. We're sitting on a platform. I'm always conscious. You know, we can make mistakes, but there is never an excuse for just being just downright.
Well, you know, that's why you have a disclaimer for Brother Carter on another victory show with Val, because sometimes this stupid stuff just come out.
That's what it is. You don't even think about it; it just kind of come out.
It's not a thought. It's not a thought. It's just something that just come out, and you don't mean any offense to anyone. You just speaking your what's in your side of your heart. What's in your heart will come out of your mouth
Sooner or later.
So you know,
that's a good way of looking at it.
Yeah.
It's probably a word that he's used to using, you know.
Yeah, just
with
kicking
close
it
friends.
with his buddies, and
Exactly.
you know, and it just he got comfortable with on the set, and then the word just came out. He didn't even think about it probably until he got backlash from it.
Yeah.
It is interesting because that industry does reward individual personalities and different voices.
Right.
And so you try to be yourself because that is what breaks the mold.
Right.
And what gets people to notice you.
Right.
But you have to tiptoe that line.
Yes. There's a fine line.
You can't be 100% yourself.
Right.
Well, in anything that you do, you have to be conscious of how it's going to, whether you're on this platform or any other platform.
Any corporate structure you have
in
to
life,
do.
period. Because even in life, your words that you spew out can be offensive to someone else. So you have to be thoughtful. And you have to think about what you're saying and how you're coming off.
Well, somebody need to tell Donald Trump that, because you know, I'm not gonna get on that soapbox.
Okay, thank y'all.
Because y'all gonna have to play a disclaimer on me again.
Okay, then. We keep it ready. Okay, then.
Abby, did you want to do the next one?
Yeah, I can do the next
What's
one.
the next one? Good job, Jacob. That was really good. You brought
So-
something really good.
We have another really big story.
Uh-oh.
So I'm sure y'all heard
No
a few
Kanye
months
West
ago, I
stuff.
believe it was earlier this year, like I think February, March, Brittany Griner was
Yes, she is
arrested in Russia. So she finally came home. We got this story from CBS and ABC.
Yes.
It is facing a little bit of controversy controversy actually because she regained access to the States through a prisoner trade. And the person was Victor Bout is his name. And he was an arms dealer here in the U.S. from Russia. So the reason it's facing controversy is because there's another individual. Pull up his name.
I
His
can't
name
wait.
is Whelan. His last name is Whelan. He has been in Russia for years, almost a decade, I believe, for supposedly
Espionage.
espionage. Yeah, that's the word, espionage. And Donald Trump actually
Do y'all know what
denied him.
espionage is?
It's like spying.
Right.
Yeah. And Donald Trump actually denied a trade with him for Victor Bout because he wanted to he didn't want to like reward bad behavior on Victor Bout's.
That's not what happened.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go
No,
ahead.
go ahead. Because maybe I'm understanding it wrong. That's just kind of what I read.
Actually, and actually, Victor Bout's brother came on, and he actually was in support of Brittany Garner coming home. And then he actually slammed Donald Trump because Donald Trump wouldn't even mention his brother's name. He didn't even want to do anything to help his brother coming home. But when the trade came for Brittany Garner, now all of a sudden he's starting to say this was a bad trade. You know, why did they do that? Why did they get her and not the other Marine guy? Because the guy was military. And his brother, and I actually heard the interview, said
the brother of the inmate in
Victor,
Russia.
Victor, Whelan.
Whelan. He actually said this shouldn't even be a controversy. He's in total support. He actually agreed with the trade, and he was happy that Biden had actually called him before they heard it over the news to let them know that he was still trying to get both of them, but they would only take the one. And so, and then of course, he just basically said, this is a bunch of bull crap. You know, if we can get one home, it's better than just leaving them there. So I think a lot of times what we end up doing is we find controversy where there is no controversy. Am I saying that right?
Everything is
everything is
controversy.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Everything is controversy.
Everything's gonna piss somebody off.
You're not gonna
Somebody's
please
like,
everybody, right?
Right. Like I can't tell you who deserved to come home more. The American Spy or the woman basketball player. But just because I can't tell you who's more deserving doesn't mean they should both
suffer.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's like if they had the choice, because I even looked it up, like they would not trade Whelan.
They would not.
They would not.
No.
They said it's either Brittany or nobody.
Or nobody.
Obviously, you're gonna choose somebody. If you're gonna do a trade.
Yes.
You know.
Yes. This was actually very good. I'm glad you brought that.
And it sounds like his family, knew the dangers of his occupation, and I have to commend them on their strength.
Yes.
Because especially when you're presented with hoping he's coming home and you have this bargaining chip to say, you know what, we know why he's there. We were prepared for this. He himself prepared for this situation. I think he would want you to send Brittany rather than to, get stuck in some sort of stalemate. Regarding her release.
Exactly.
I agree. I'm just glad that, first of all, I'm just glad somebody came home. And I'm just glad somebody came home. And I'm happy she's home.
Yeah. In my opinion, she shouldn't even been in that prison anyway.
Yes.
In my opinion, not for no vape, but
No vape. Yeah. It was all political from the beginning.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Definitely.
And to have to spend 10 years there for
some
it's ridiculous.
It wasn't like she was trying to smuggle drugs across the
for
county
a
line.
couple
I mean, she had a vape that maybe supplied her for a half a day or something.
Exactly.
So this is all crazy.
It was to make a statement, which I think a lot of things, especially, I mean, we've had tensions with Russia for years now. So
but there's no way Putin believes in that penalty and those laws.
Of course.
I mean, not unlike the politicians here, he's very familiar with what his base cares about. And for whatever reason, that's what they care about. That is what he's gonna kind of get up on a soapbox on. And say, look at me.
Look at me. Look at what I did.
Look what I'm doing.
Right.
I am the candidate for tradition and moral values.
Speaking that word moral, I mean, you have to have some. Anybody, I've been traveling. I've traveled multiple times, and customs is one place that you don't want to play with. Those custom people do not play. They don't smile at you. I've tried to crack smiles in the friendliest place of Jamaica, and those people do not play.
They don't care.
So the moral to the story is, when you going through customs, don't bring things that you're not supposed to bring.
Not a drink.
Don't do it.
Nothing.
Don't do it.
Don't
I've seen them empty out suitcases
Mhm.
from people, in customs. And
Do you remember that time? I think we were going through to
I know
Was
we're talking about Jamaica, Mexico.
yeah, but I think we
So
were going through,
you're going to Russia.
yeah,
Come
on.
come on now. Yeah,
You really gotta be.
Yeah,
we were going
the communist countries like Russia,
Sure.
China. Come on, man.
I can't think of a worse place to be locked up.
No.
Oh, God.
You,
No.
you
Oh,
want to
yeah.
walk.
a fine line, that
Yes,
straight line.
Yes.
We were going through customs. I think we were leaving
Mhm.
out of Mexico, somewhere in Mexico, came in through Miami. And to me,
Mhm.
this woman had all of this stuff. I'm like, why would you put yourself in? Why?
Mhm.
Why? I mean, to me, it was like, why? Why would you even think you can get away with it?
Yeah. Well, and when I travel, I want it to be as convenient as possible.
Yeah.
I don't want to stress anybody out. I
No.
don't want to stress myself out.
It's stressful
right
enough,
off
No,
the
right?
bat.
yes. So I don't need to
Exactly.
add anything because Yes.
We have to walk
Yeah.
through.
oh
Yeah.
God.
You've been randomly selected to be strip searched.
I got
Oh
my-
God.
Yeah.
I got my bag checked once because I had a roll of quarters, and they I guess they thought I would use it as a weapon or something.
Mhm.
And
There's no time.
yeah,
You know,
They took it?
we got a couple
no,
of comments.
they let me keep it. Thankfully.
We got a couple of comments that came in. I think it's Janet. What is she saying? Can you read what she said?
If you are not sure, Google it. So many ways to find out what you can and cannot bring to another country.
I have to agree with you 100%. Thank you. Thank you, Janet, for
from Facebook.
Facebook. Thank you for being on and with us early this morning. I love you guys.
And I think it's also important too. I think a lot of people travel willy-nilly without studying maybe the culture.
Yes.
And also as a person of color, I think it's important to understand race relations
Yes.
in that country too. And you can go. Dubai's an amazing, beautiful country, but they have a lot of strict rules there. You can't go there if you're LGBT, or you can't act like
I'm
it.
sure-
You know,
you bet not.
And you better
For the
not.
World Cup,
Yes.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that deal with
A lot of-
I mean that.
It's the truth, though. Yeah.
Yeah, and even in France, I've heard they're racist there and
Mhm.
stuff, and you kind of have to just be aware of that kind of thing.
I think when you're going anywhere, you really do need to be aware of the culture.
Yeah.
And what's
That's
going on.
even here in the United
Here in the
States of
United
America.
States. Will you get ready to say something, Jacob?
Well, I did have one story about trying to smuggle a flask onto a cruise ship.
You did that?
I did that.
No, you didn't, Jacob.
I was going to a destination wedding for a friend.
And you got in trouble? They caught you?
They caught me.
And what? Oh God!
So-
Just
so
a flask?
I knew. So I knew you weren't allowed to bring alcohol.
Right.
But I also knew this was a cruise. We're going to Mexico.
Mhm.
Drinks are so expensive on the boat.
You got caught?
I want a little something.
How you
Yeah.
got caught?
So
We do it all the time.
I probably
They,
should have
they
kept it.
got mine too.
They didn't bother mine.
Yeah, they pulled mine out.
I probably should have kept it on my person, but what I did was I put it in my bag and I hid it in a box of granola bars. So it's going through the X-ray.
So
The
this
X-ray,
was
and
your
they can see-
carry-on, or was
this was my carry-on.
yeah?
It's going through the X-ray and they see it right away.
Yeah.
Oh
But
God!
they're going through the bag and they're putting the box of granola bars to the side and they're like, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? And I'm just standing there I'm not going to help you.
No.
But it was embarrassing because my parents were also.
They got yes.
And
They
so my mom's right next to me, and she's of course is like, "Well, this is outrageous."
would never.
They're looking for a flask. I'm sorry.
God.
I think I finally had to point it out to them because
Yeah.
it was getting to be such a spectacle,
Yeah.
such a scene. It
Yeah.
was so embarrassing.
Let me just get the thing out of here, man. Yeah.
Because you're holding up everybody. You're one of those
And
people
how much alcohol could it be?
in a
Right.
flask. You know what?
You don't even have a half a pint now.
Just to get tipsy.
Oh God! No, just to be honorary.
Yeah.
That's what that was. Just to be honorary. Golly. Well, I've had my ship
experience.
But I'm not going to tell y'all how to get it. But all I can tell you is good to have a water.
Yeah, this the Love and Victory
The
show
with
does
Val.
not promote.
We do not promote you breaking the rules. Follow the rules, okay? That has nothing to do with us. Follow the rules. Holly, Lawrence, you ever had one of those experiences like him? No.
Yeah.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I try to put mine in like a Coca-Cola bottle with a little Coke in it, and yeah, and
They said,
they
give
said
it.
no. They looked at the cap and said, this cap has been tampered.
yes. So the seal has been broken. So they said, no way.
Yeah.
All righty then. Well, Abigail.
Yes, ma'am.
I think our guests are arriving.
I think they're here. I think we need to go on a quick little
I
break.
think we're going to take a little quick break. Our guests have arrived. You know what? It is so good when you have to guests that are just so excited to be on the show that they never question. They just say, I want to be a part of this. And I'm just really excited. We have Stephanie coming on, who is amazing, and Tiffany, who is amazing. So
Stephanie Burrel.
And Tiffany, who?
Oh, that's Washington.
Okay, then. Well, we're going to take a quick break, get them in here.
Actually, sorry. Before we go on a break.
Oh, yeah, we do have something to do.
We have a really, really
we
big
do. But
announcement.
I think
Should we wait for our announcement?
I think we should wait
Okay.
for the top of the hour.
Okay.
Because I want to give them a real experience.
All right.
All right, then. Well, we'll be right back. Y'all going to hear this good news.
Welcome to the Love and Victory Show with Val, where we will bring you candid conversation. In each conversation, we will talk about real life ups and downs while tackling unresolved matters. We will also unmask issues and truly speak straightforward and candid about our needs and brokenness, while allowing ourselves to exhale so that we can become victorious. This is a place where you can be open to the possibilities of living life in abundance while gaining tools to become bold and complete. So let's get to it.
All righty, welcome back to the Love and Victory Show with Val. This is your host, and sitting in here next to me is Brother Carter, Tiffany Washington, and Stephanie Burrel.
Hi.
How y'all doing? Of course, you know this is third Saturday of the month, and every third Saturday of the month we have these lovely guests in the studio. This is our studio. We're in corporate. The Love and Victory Show with Val. Headquarters. And so how do you guys feel, or what did you guys think about coming in here and today coming to headquarters?
I felt great about it. I mean, I'm stepping into luxury. The atmosphere was already prepared for us when we came in. It's just peace and joy and excitement. I'm just ready for this segment today.
You're ready for it?
Yes.
Okay, then. And how do you feel, Miss Tiffany Washington, all the way from Little Rock, Arkansas? No, she always corrects me and tell me really Conway. Okay, good. Nobody don't know what Conway.
I feel extremely blessed to be here today. The environment is so beautiful, and I love it. I love being here. This was a wonderful transition.
Wow. Well, thank you. Well, we thank you guys. And again, I want to thank our amazing team. I know you guys get tired of me saying this, but you know, when God bless you with an amazing team, you just can't take that for granted.
Absolutely.
They just sprung into gear and
Action.
They just did what they had to do, and they say the show must go on. We were talking earlier about the fact that, you know, like running the track race, I was a track star.
Yes.
And when I stepped on the track, I never really worried about my components of what was on the side of me and what was behind me. I just kept looking down the road. And so I take that with me in life. I just keep looking down the road because it's always something greater down the road. And when you're looking back, remember a lot, when you're looking back, you're wasting time, and you know, you can't change anything that happens behind you.
Yeah.
All you can do is keep moving forward. So this morning,
you want to thank Brother Carter for giving you that logic
that was great.
Analogy in life.
Yes, you know, let's give Brother Carter. Thank you, Brother Carter. Thank you, Brother Carter.
I had to take you back into where you begin.
Yes.
And so you can see what life has
It's
brought you.
yeah.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
That's what Brother Carter.
Yes.
do.
Well,
That's
we
what
don't
he do on the
we
show.
don't have our gospel music going this morning, but we have a gospel artist that's in here. And before we get going,
I am not singing today.
but we want to bless. She wasn't even prepared for this. The Holy Spirit just told me to turn to my left. Yes. And to y'all, he just told me that. Yes. And so, if you could, Miss Stephanie, give the people a little something. Let's just they used to getting a little gospel, but at the Love and Victory show, we give them a little something. Go ahead.
Okay, let's see.
Let him use you this morning.
All right, classic. We all know it.
Okay.
I love you. I love you. I love you, Lord, today because you cared for me in such a special way. That's why I'll praise you. I'll lift you up and I'll magnify your name.
Mm-hmm.
That's why my heart is filled. That's why my heart is filled. That's why my heart is filled with praise.
Yes.
I love you.
Look at Brother Carter.
I love you.
Come on.
I love you, Lord, today.
Yes.
Because you care for me.
Yes.
In such a
special way.
That's why I
praise you.
Come on.
I lift you up and I magnify your name. Yes.
That's why my heart is filled. Come on.
That's
why my heart.
Oh, because you've been so good.
That's why my heart is
with praise.
Yes. Oh, Lord. Okay, then.
On that note, we want to wish all our listeners and followers on the Love and Victory Show, whether you're on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, wherever you may be listening, very Merry Christmas. This is not the end of the show. This is the beginning of the show. And we want to wish you a very Merry Christmas. And I also want to say for the travelers out there, be careful. Pay attention to the weather. We got a lot of weather difficulties taking place during the Christmas weekend. So you want to pay attention to what's going on, the weather, where you're going. You don't want to be sitting in the airport for the whole Christmas holiday weekend. You don't want to be sitting on the side of the road or nothing like that.
Yes.
So pay attention to the news, see what's going on,
and govern yourself accordingly.
All right.
All righty, then. Well, now we're getting ready to get this show popping, Brother Carter. And gonna get it popping. I tell you, we done had the praise come in, we done had the word. Oh, Lord, it feels good. Today's show, we have something special before we get going. Come on, Abigail.
Yes, I have a very special announcement.
Yes.
We have as you all have made notice, as the audience of the Love and Victory show, we have been making a ton of changes, a ton of upgrades in how we produce our show. And we actually just recently hit 1,000 followers or 1,000 subscribers. Over 1,000
subscribers on YouTube.
On our YouTube channel.
On our YouTube. So I think when we checked it yesterday before we left out of here, we were at
it was 1,065.
1,065.
That is
so with that being said,
I have a
created something.
Yes, I have something just to say thank you to our fans and our guests. This is just a little video we put together for you guys, and we have a little drawing afterwards, and I'll go over everything with that. But here you go. Here's our video.
Congrats to the Love and Victory with Val on hitting 1K on YouTube. I love listening and tuning in for your word every Saturday. Woohoo!
congrats to the Love and Victory with Val on hitting 1K subscribers. Yes, yes. And I love waking up every Saturday morning and tuning in to listen to you guys talk.
Hey there. I just want to say congratulations to Val and the Love and Victory Show for making 1,000 subscribers. Way to go on your hard work. Can't wait to see where you're going to go next.
Congratulations on 1,000 subscribers to the Love and Victory Show with Val. One of my favorite things about the show is its transparency and its openness to discuss a variety of topics. Much love, many blessings, and many, many more subscribers.
Congratulations on your milestone on subscribers. The one thing that I really love about the Love and Victory Show is that Val has to constantly remind Brother Carter that she's the host.
Hey, this is Justin B. Long, and what I love about the Love and Victory Show is that everyone is honest about who they are and how they feel about things. And that is a place where we can all learn and grow, and you don't find that anywhere else.
Hey guys, thank you so much. We have hit over 1,000 subscribers. I am so excited. When the team told me that, I was so blown away. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We are continuing to put some great content out there. Continue to watch us, continue to follow us. Tell your friends, tell your children, tell everybody. Watch us. Yay, thank you.
Let me know when you're back on.
All right, we're back.
All righty. You want to go ahead and tell them what's going on?
So we asked some people to send us clips of them for that video. So I have a little drawing here, my little cup. You can see it's all fair and square. Everyone has submitted a video.
And we're not drawing right now.
We're not drawing right now.
We are not drawing right now. We are not drawing right now. You need to stay tuned.
Mm-hmm.
You have to listen through the show. And we're not going to tell you when we're going to draw. And you must be present on the airway to be able to claim your prize.
Exactly.
So if you're not on when we do the drawing, we're going to move on to the next person. So to be fair, you have to stay on, be engaged, and stay apart. And that's how we are growing the Love and Victory Show with Val. And I want to especially thank our amazing followers. We couldn't do this. And really, this has been running you had no idea that all of this was coming together the way it did. But it was, for me, honestly, it was very hard because I just seen the ones and the twos. And if you just look at your numbers, and if you look into your left and look into your right,
Come on, track star.
You stay off, you get sidetracked.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to give up.
Pass you up.
Pass you right on by. So you just stay in your lane, do what you're supposed to do, trust God, believe in what God has put inside of you, believe in yourself, and everything is going to work itself out. So to our amazing followers and subscribers and likes, and even our vicarious, those people that vicariously look behind
viewers,
and don't say anything. We love you too, because you guys inspire us to keep going. So one day you're going to show us, and you're going to come out there and you're going to say something, and we're going to recognize you. But we need all of that to keep going.
And there's nothing wrong with encouraging one another. I mean, that's something that we need to do more of. And so if you're out there, but the word is vicariously viewing us, we would love to see you come out from behind the shadows, or from behind the trees or the rocks, or wherever you're at. Come on out and then show yourself. And we appreciate having you. We love you, and we pray God blessings be over your life continuously.
Thank you. And again, so I guess it's time for the show. You ready for the acronym? And we're gonna get this thing going.
We got our acronym for the day.
Let's get a view of brief what the topic is about before you go into the acronym.
All right. Yeah.
What is the topic of the show?
The topic of today's show is Let's Choose Happiness. So we're going to be talking about, happiness in general, and kind of how you can control that, and what your own kind of day-to-day, what part that plays into it. But we're also going to talk about seasonal depression.
Yes.
Because I think that's something that a lot of people struggle with, and they don't even realize it, and I myself have been kind of going through a little bit of a funk this holiday season. So I think it's really important for us to talk about, especially going into Christmas and dealing with loneliness and stuff like that.
And so it's very important to choose to be happy, even in the midst of this sometime depressing holiday season. So Having said that, if you will.
All right, Brother Carter, go on head on. Okay, he can, that's when he's the co-host doing it. Yeah, all right. Go ahead, baby. Thank you.
All right, so the acronym of the day is STAR. Stand tall and rise. And you know, that one's short and sweet and to the point. I think you know, it's really important to, because you're making that choice to be happy, sometimes you kind of just have to fight through it. I always say put on a show, you know, just you kind of have to turn it off sometimes and power through it to so you don't put yourself in a deeper depression or a deeper situation that you don't need to be in.
Well, we have, and I'm glad you brought that up.
So cute.
Oh, thank you.
You know, we have Miss Stephanie in here, and I think before we move forward in this conversation, I want to turn to you, and since we are talking about seasonal depression and holidays, I want to ask you, before we ask any question, give us some feedback on that, your thoughts.
Yes. So as a licensed therapist,
come on, what you say? Come on now, what you say? I was just
I got the license on the side of it.
just so y'all know that I'm kind of, you know, I can talk about this a little bit more. But it is true. We see an upkick in depression around this time of year. And a lot of it too is we lose like an hour of sunlight. So serotonin is one of our, you know, chemicals in our body that helps to keep us, you know, in that happy.
What you say?
Serotonin.
So we got licensed folks in here. Come on now.
Take it. So that does affect us when it gets dark at 5 o'clock and now people aren't able to go outside. A lot of people, you know, aren't able to socialize and hang out. They get off of work and it's dark.
Yes.
And so it feels like you're supposed to just go in and go to bed. I would say that this is a time of year where people have to be more intentional about creating plans, especially if you struggle with seasonal depression. Or it's something that is connected to your family of origin. Maybe this is something that your mom struggled with or your grandmother struggled with. And so genetically, you are more susceptible to becoming depressed around this period of time. It's very important that you have a plan of action. Plan ahead, plan things that are going to make you happy. And also don't feed into the feelings if you can.
Oh my God.
That's really big.
Can you please say that again?
No.
Right.
She just bowled down my lane.
Okay.
The scripture of the scripture of the day ties into what she just said there. Be not conformed to the former way of thinking, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. And this is something that you have to constantly do. Day in, day out, hour in, hour out, minute after minute. You have to constantly refresh yourself.
Absolutely.
To be in a different place than what the world
or what your situation,
or the world, your situation, the climax, whatever that situation is, you know, you have I think you have the ability or the choice to be able to change that, right?
It's not easy. I mean, because being depressed is not just being sad.
It's not. Okay,
you know,
can you go there?
So that's really important. People are like, you know, if they hear somebody's depressed, they're like, just like pick yourself up, pull yourself out of it. Yeah. But being depressed is not the same as being sad. When a person is depressed, that means that they are, you know, they have a depressed mood almost every day. If not every day, they're hopeless. They're dealing with guilt, potentially suicidal thoughts and ideations. This person has a loss of concentration. This person is dealing with insomnia or hypersomnia, where they're sleeping too much or they're not sleeping at all. So it's a whole lot of things going on in the brain, and chemicals are not being fired in the right direction. So it's not always something that they can just pick themselves and pull themselves out of it. And that's why it's important. Depression will make people want to isolate.
Yes.
It is imperative that you get around people that love you, because that is going to start to help you to kind of come out of that. And it has to be a decision to get up and to make the bed, though I don't feel like getting up and making the bed, to get up and shower, though I don't feel like making myself eat, even though I'm not hungry. It has to be a conscious decision. If you don't actively be intentional about it, then it will overtake you.
You know, you said something that I'm just sticking with. So you literally have to say to yourself, and when you're depressed, you're not just in a bad mood, you're really struggling with that.
Yeah.
You literally have to talk to yourself sometimes.
Absolutely.
And you have to connect yourself with people that are positive.
Yes.
That are going to see you and see that state that you're in, and that's going to encourage you and encourage you out of it.
Absolutely.
Or at least just hold your hand, but they're not going to feed into.
Absolutely. You need to get around people who don't go around other depressed people. Like a lot of times we're like, oh, well, let me get with my girlfriend who's sad too, and we can sit here and eat ice cream.
Well, you know, when you find yourself in places like that, if you're talking about you being ill or sick or something like that, and the person want to tell you they're sick and ill, you know, have you been around people like that?
Yes.
You know, they start telling you how hurting they are and all this. Wait a minute, I was trying to say something to you to release this, and you
just gave it right back to
me.
Oh,
the chronicle relator.
But the thing is, again, always go back to scripture. You know, when you get in a depressed state of mind, I think that's what Paul was talking about in the Bible, talking about be not conformed to this world and the way you're thinking, because the way you're thinking, when you buy into the illusion of depression, then you make yourself take yourself into deeper depressions and stuff like that. This the unlicensed version.
Well, that's the unlicensed version.
That's true.
Okay.
And I would say, don't even say I am depressed.
Don't
Because
speak those
I
things.
am is a declaration of
now.
putting something into existence. I am maybe I'm suffering from symptoms of depression right now. But if I'm struggling with maybe what would be considered seasonal depression, I'm not going around saying I can't hang with you because I am depressed. The more I say it, the more it has authority and emphasis in my life. I'm struggling with things associated with depression, but here's what I'm doing to combat that.
Oh my! And just like that. See, I like what you said there. We really have to, and this is one of the things that my brother Carter is real big on. It's the words that come out of your mouth. Yes. People don't realize those words are powerful.
Absolutely.
The word. That's how.
How was things formed? How did the existence begin?
Oh, that's good.
They were spoken.
The existence began by
let there be light, and there was light.
And so everything about us is about. It's not. The Bible says, "Don't pay no attention to what you put into your body."
That's true.
It's not what you put into your body that defiles the body. It's what comes out of your mouth that defiles the body. So you have to be careful and choose proper words that come out of your mouth.
Can I tell y'all something? This is a celebration that needs to be right now. Y'all so hot. They were ready for y'all. We already got 36 viewers on already this morning.
You can't be looking at
I'm sorry.
I'm
not telling you. It was right in front of me. It was right in front of me. The TikTok is just going. So I want to say to you guys, I know you're going to feed the people. You're going to feed me. I am just so, I can't even contain it this morning. Y'all don't even understand where I'm at. Jesus is good. Boy. Okay.
It's so good. Loving somebody and somebody loves you back.
Yes. And that's a fact. Okay, well, I'm going to throw this at you, Miss Tiffany, Washington. What does seasonal depression look like for you?
Oh man, that's such a good question for me. Y'all only knew, like, it's just something that's just now kind of hit me really kind of for the first time. And I felt it just when it started getting dark all of a sudden, you know, super early. And it's especially when you get right off of work and it's like, man, okay, what do you do? And so for me, what I've tried to do is find other activities to get into at home, create activities to do with my children. Because what I know that it is not
Can I
only
look
has
at you?
Not only has it been dark, it's been raining as well. Especially in Arkansas, it's been raining consistently. Cold too. So for me, what I've done to combat it is just try to find other activities to get into, spend more time with my family and loved ones, and actually speak with people who are in a better state of, you know, happiness right now. It's not that I'm sad, like you said, because it's not what it is. It's just, it kind of makes you just.
It's the atmosphere.
Yes.
And that's not, you know, that's not being productive. So that's how I've tried to combat it, by just spending time with others that I know are on the same page as me.
Okay, and you, How do you?
I combat it because I do struggle
Mm.
because I'm a person who I like to be outside. I like to go hiking with my dog after I work or whatever. Can't do any of that.
Right.
So for me, I just make a lot of plans.
Okay.
Like I try to make sure I have something to look forward to. It may not be that day when I'm get off of work, but I know on Tuesday if I have something fun happening on Friday, then I'm like just super excited about that.
That's a good way to. I actually like both of you guys, what you had to say, but I really like this because for me, I have to keep myself going. I do, and I probably I drive you crazy.
No,
Oh, no. Okay, thank you, baby.
That's your life.
Because I know that if I just sit idle, it really does.
It drives you up the wall.
It really gets on my back.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so for me, I can't just sit idle because sitting idle for me is dropping all. It's giving room to something to overtake.
That's really good.
Does it make
that makes a lot of sense?
And from an oldest person perspective, when I think back over my life, I remember being so excited about when I get off work, I'm gonna go to the gym and play basketball and all these different things. And so now I have a different mindset because I'm older now. I can't get out there and go play basketball like I once did. And so now I find myself thinking about, oh man, I can't wait to see the Rockets tonight. And so, this is my positive thing of a way of thinking right now because I'm looking forward to certain shows that come on TV and stuff like that.
Yes.
And don't somebody may think that's depressing.
You need the mic, Jacob.
I was just going to say, as a Texans fan, I'm looking forward to the draft. It's in April.
Oh no! So you're going always.
So you're going to be depressed until then?
These college kids in underwear. It's like, oh man, how big are his hands?
I love it. I love it. I love it.
So basically, you have to find what suits you in the midst of this. What we calling this holiday
seasonal
depression. You have to find ways of choosing to be happy. That's what we're talking about today, right? And so that was my place for as an older person in the 60s.
So you look forward to your shows.
Yeah. Like when I leave here, they got NFL coming on today. 3 games. I'm not looking forward to going anywhere but right there.
So is that your way of putting a disclaimer in? Oh. Are you putting do that? Busted. He's like, do y'all see how he did me just then? He was letting me know, baby, there is 3 games coming on. 3 good games. Good games. Good games.
I think Abigail had something. Let's get off of me.
Yeah, I definitely think I always call it like tricking your brain. You know, if you have something to look forward to, even if it's not something you'd normally find exciting, you know what I mean? If you can be like, I'm gonna go eat some good food later. Like, I'm just gonna go eat something I like, even if it's chicken nuggets. You know what I mean? That can really trick your brain into kind of having that more positive outlook. But we have a question from somebody on Facebook. So I wanted y'all to
go ahead.
See how you can answer this. When do you guys feel loneliness during the holidays, or what does that feel like? Have you experienced loneliness during the holidays? This is from Julie Bernard on Facebook.
I'll jump on that first. I think for me, my very first time truly experiencing loneliness for the holidays is when I lost my dad. The first Christmas after I lost my dad. Because my holidays was always so big for my dad and my family. And when I lost my dad, happened him not be there and still press through.
All right, you cried last week.
I'm not crying. I am not crying this weekend, this week. Not having my dad there. And then right after then, I lost my sister and my brother and my sister. So that was a very difficult time period for me because I still have my mother and I had to press through with keeping the tradition going.
Yeah.
On the inside of me, I really wasn't happy.
Let's just be frank here. The truth of the matter is, her sister was the one that always had all the good food to be cooked, and she the baby sister,
I'm the baby.
and she didn't have to do anything.
You know, really,
we're not on raise the praise rate. I wanted to say she didn't have to do shit, but but when her sister passed, things changed, and she had started doing the work around the kitchen and stuff. So that was a
my
dramatic
sister set me
change.
up. The
year before she passed.
before she passed, my sister told me, she said, you're gonna do Christmas. And I was like, no. She said, I said, I'm gonna do it. You're cooking. She said, no, you're gonna do the whole thing. And it was so weird. And they all came to my house, and I had to prepare all of the food. Nobody helped me. And literally the next year, my sister was gone. I've been doing it ever since. So I've been taking care of keeping the family together for every house. Well, I haven't been doing it by myself because my husband has been my rock. So thank you, baby. And he really didn't like a lot of noise. And so we're noisy. And so our children.
I didn't mind sitting around the noise.
Yeah, but you didn't like you didn't understand the noise.
No, I did.
You did?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I just grew up in a quiet home. It was just, a single mom raising two boys, and when we were at home, it was kind of quiet. We didn't talk and laugh like when I went to your parents' house. It's like waking up at 4 a.m. and it's just laughter. What are they doing? What are they making all this noise for?
Adonis is on here being messy. I just saw a comment that he said, did she leave the recipe book? Adonis, I still was trained on how to cook. I've never had to learn by a recipe book, but I did pay attention when they were in the kitchen. I just chose not to cook. Baby, can I cook pretty doggone good?
Oh, you do real good.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't gonna never say nothing bad about your cooking.
All righty then. So I'm gonna go ahead. Do we have another question out there?
We don't have any questions yet.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and ask.
You did say Brother Carter needs to stop cussing.
Oh, Lord. We're working on it. He feeling a little too free today. That's okay. Well, we got our praise on, and now he can be his authentic self, right? Okay, so what do you think? And I'm throwing it out there for anybody. Why do you think people have such a hard time admitting that they might be?
Tiffany, why do you think people say do that?
Perfect question for me. It can come off as embarrassing because people will think, okay, what are you sad for? What's going on in your life that is making you depressed? And most people, especially now, everybody wants everything to look good. Everyone wants everything to look like there's nothing wrong. You have everything together. So to come out and say, hey, I'm dealing with this, it can be shameful in a world of fake perfection.
Come on, girl.
So
what you saying?
That's good.
What did you just
Drop
say?
the mic.
Fake. That's a mic drop.
Fake perfection.
Okay then.
And I think that's why when because we as people have adapted to looking as if everything is okay because we're embarrassed. That's why when people do take their own lives during this time of the year, people are so shocked, like, oh my goodness, you were looking so good. Well, that's because of the embarrassment of people not wanting people to know, hey, everything is not okay.
So how do you deal with licensed therapists? How do you deal with that? I love this. Let me turn over here to the licensed professional over there. How do you deal with
the shame?
How do you good one? How do you deal with knowing that it's not really together in the home? I'm a mess.
Yeah.
I don't know how I'm going to get these kids any gifts because it's so commercialized.
So why do you say, if I ask you how you doing? Oh, I'm blessed and highly favored.
They just speaking it, baby.
Yeah.
Into existence.
That was that fake perfection
Yeah.
you talking about. But,
go ahead, license.
That was
I'm sorry.
I know, because that's good. I mean, we're on autopilot. So that's our response. Yes, we're on autopilot.
Yeah. So how can you encourage, or what would you tell someone that's really faking it and don't know how to deal with
or even express
it?
Yeah.
Well, I was
look at it as not being shamed.
Okay, I would say too, shame dies when things are shared in safe spaces. So I feel like we need to come along, people. We need to do better about checking in on people, especially the happy, overjoyous people who are posting all the time, who are presenting themselves to be a certain way. But we're not seeing much authenticity because even transparency isn't so much authenticity. So I would say that creating a safe space for those people and checking in on them. I have friends who are very happy-go-lucky, very jolly, and I checked in on one of my friends, and she had a suicide attempt.
Oh my God!
But she had been posting on social. She had been very happy, and it didn't dawn on me that she was feeling any other way besides what she was projecting. And I just felt like in the morning I was spending time with the Lord. I felt like, hey, just shoot her a text. Hey, girl, I'm thinking about you. When you gonna be in town? Let's hang out. And then she just sent 5 messages back and just it was word vomit. And I felt like the shame and the guilt died because she felt like she was in a safe space. And then it's well, what's next? Okay, well, we think that you should maybe get some help. Because let me say this too, my friend is a believer, a born again believer in Jesus Christ. She loves the Lord with all her heart, mind, and soul. She is invested and plugged into the church, but she was still susceptible.
Yes.
She's under an environment of sin.
Come on now.
And so she was still
She's
struggling
under
with
what?
that. An environment of sin. We've come under an atmosphere of sin.
Yes.
That's a lot of times too, I think, a lot of mental illness. People forget that we are under an atmosphere that is just demonic. The Bible says that Satan is the prince of this world.
Come on now.
So if you're not aware of that, then you'll think that it's you. But in reality, it's not you. It's that you've come under an atmosphere, and you need to be aware that you're under an atmosphere so that you can shift it.
Did y'all hear what she just said? Can you look into the camera? And please, I'm sorry, y'all. We got one camera on today, but catch us when we come back. We got something for y'all. Could you please look into the camera and repeat that?
Yeah, sometimes it's that we're coming under an atmosphere of sin, and we're taking on things and we're calling it, I'm schizophrenic, I'm depressed, I have terrible anxiety, debilitating social anxiety. And it's you have to remember that you're coming under an atmosphere. Yes, those things are present in the atmosphere, but if you're not aware that those things are trying to latch onto you because of the atmosphere that you are under, then you are more susceptible to believing that is who you are. And then you attach it to your identity. And now you wonder why you can't get over this stuff. I tell people all the time, you can't cast something out that you've come into agreement with.
Oh my God. You can't cast it out because you came in agreement. You locked that thing in.
Absolutely. You have almost married this thing.
Yes.
It's almost a covenant relationship.
Oh my God.
So you didn't conform to what was going on around you.
Yes.
And you gave it validation.
Absolutely. You gave it place, permission, authority.
God. Oh my God. Well, I think this is a great place for us to take a quick break. And the break is going to be, Abigail, if you can play that video again. I think for those that are out here, if you can play that video so we can go through that, and then we'll come right back in with some more.
Alrighty, y'all, we are back with the Love and Victory Show with Val. I hope you guys enjoyed that video and that nice, easy music. I know it's a little different than what you guys are used to every Saturday, but we got something special. And in 2023, get ready.
Yes.
Again, thank you guys. You're trying to get my attention on something? Okay. And in 2023, get ready. We're just going to jump back into this conversation of choosing to be happy. Choosing happiness. Yes. And so I really want to make sure that this is not a really down conversation, but I do want to recognize that there are people that are really down and we want to bring them up. So you talked about sometimes people that put on, well, they don't put on, they're always strong. They're always, sometimes you have to check on your strong people.
Absolutely.
Because the strong people a lot of times carry the burden of everybody.
Yes.
And they just let you see them strong. And I have found the strong people are the ones in most cases get attacked.
Yes.
And they could be. So can you speak on that, licensed therapist?
I just think it's important that we choose to step out of ourselves and our bubbles. We can become so consumed with our lives and what is happening, in our lives, in our house, in our family, that we get almost like egocentric and we can't see anyone else, and we don't, value how they're feeling, or we don't reach out to, ask them if they need help. And we just become so selfish and so self-centered, and we're doing it on purpose.
Right.
But that is the culture that we're in, where people are me. What can you do for me? What have you done for me lately? So I just think it's really important that we be imperative. We just be intentional. About reaching out to our friends.
Okay.
The Lord designated me as a check-in friend in January of this year. And I had always been a person to just kind of reach out sometimes, but that was a whole ministry that I didn't need, but I yielded myself to be the check-in friend. And I learned so much during this year just by shooting a text and say, hey, I'm just thinking about you. Can I pray for you? How are you doing? Hey, what's going on? You're on my mind today. Hey, here's a $5 Starbucks, go get you coffee this morning. And
you're really that person. And it's so funny you bring that up, because I would say, if I'm being transparent, at some of my lowest moments, you checked in on me, not knowing it was my lowest moments. And you would just, hey, how you doing? Just want to let you know.
You have low moments married to Brother Carter?
Yes, baby.
Nobody could imagine that.
Well, sometimes, again, you are a wonderful support. However, I'm human too.
Yes.
And you have so much going on, and so much transition has taken place, and a lot of pruning has taken place in my life in 2022.
Yes.
And a lot of pressure comes with being you also.
Absolutely.
A lot of pressures come with being
who I am.
Yes.
Why is that?
I mean, you have so many different, you got VK Healthcare Consulting Group.com.
He done told the name up.
And corporate.
You know what I'm talking about. VK, you got LB, the nonprofit organization taking place. You got the Love and Victory Show with Val, the radio show and the podcast. Not alone trying to take care of you as matriarch, the woman of the family that has to take care of everyone in the family, looking out for the grandchildren, the children. It's just a lot of pressures. Just being.
I wonder where she finds the time all the time.
I know.
She talks to everybody.
I know. And you're so good about making everybody feel like they're the most important or the most special.
And so I was going back, so I was saying that to say this to both of you, that, you guys are the people that reach out to people all the time reaching out to somebody. And then sometimes you may have a moment where you say, well, what about me? When somebody gonna check on me?
Right.
Well,
how do you handle that moment?
The Lord checked me on that.
Did he check you on that?
He checked me because I didn't know that I was loving people with an agenda. I thought it was, I could only see what I could see, right? And at the time I thought, I'm reaching out and I'm doing what you asked me to do. And then I would notice, because I had a pretty tough year, and I would notice I wasn't getting as many, even my friends who I would text, they wouldn't even text me back.
And the Lord checked you.
And he checked me. He said, I asked you to reach out. I didn't ask you to reach out and expect someone to reach back out to you. I asked you to do this for me on my behalf. Ooh. And he said, I want you to learn to love with no agenda. I wrote it on my fridge. Lord, help me to love people with no agenda. I didn't know I had an agenda, but subconsciously I did.
Well, it's funny you say that. But I personally, when my checking in is actually therapy for me. It really is. So, but I choose to do it when I want to do it and who I want to do it with. Yeah. Because don't get me wrong, I check on people and people are important to me. But if I've had a heavy day, I really don't want to deal with problems.
Absolutely.
And so I choose to check on people that's going to give me a little laughter.
Yeah.
That's going to make you understand what I'm saying, that I'm going to get that. I check on them good Judys sometimes, Good Judy, them good Judys that's going to have you over there bent over laughing about something.
Yes.
And then, they kind of get me going, and then I can go and do that other check around.
Yes.
So in this seasonal holiday, get you a good Judy. Good Judy's, call on your friends and get your little energy going, and then make that call around. And don't be selfish, like you said, expecting something in return, expecting someone to call and check on you. I like that.
Yeah.
Do it because you really want to help somebody.
Absolutely.
But make sure you're in a good space when you're doing it.
Right. That part.
That part right there.
That part right there.
Get you a good Judy. It's like a good drink.
So whatsoever you do it from the pureness
of your heart.
Heart.
Yes, do it from your heart. Okay. Jacob.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm throwing this at you. Oh, you like that, huh? From a young male's perspective.
Youngish.
Youngish. Okay. All right. Well, if you do you deal with, or have you dealt with seasonal being down? I don't even want to say the word depression, but it is depression.
It is depression.
I think I definitely have. I think my first experience was my sophomore year of college. I had finished exams, and I was just looking forward to spending time with friends. Like, we're out of class. I'm not back at home. Like, this is just going to be some time that really, I don't know. I guess I was looking forward to like partying or something, but everybody had already gone back home for the holidays, and I spent like 24 to 48 hours without seeing another person. And I had never experienced that, and it was scary.
It was scary.
I mean, we are social creatures.
Yes.
And it was just so bizarre. So that was my first brush with it. And I haven't really experienced it since, but I think now it's kind of coming up again because I've recently gotten out of a very long-term relationship. And this is sort of the first Christmas bleeding into New Year's, bleeding into Valentine's Day, that I don't have that person for a while. And, this is a person who, and, I'm sitting here and I'm listening. This is a person who has decided, they don't need me checking in on them anymore. And I want to, more than anything, to check in because I have no idea how they are. And, you go from talking to a person every single day, the first person you talk to when you wake up, the last person you talk to before you fall asleep, to radio silence. And I don't know if they're alive or dead.
Well, let's talk to a therapist. What advice would you give him?
So just being, completely full disclosure, even if, it's coming from a pure place in my heart, I want to know how they're doing. There's still a part of me that is dying for a text back.
Absolutely.
Which is maybe that selfish part you were talking about.
No, go ahead. Help him out. Go on
I don't think so. I just want to applaud Jacob on his vulnerability. Men take notes.
Take notes, yes.
I mean, there is no way to get out of that. You kind of have to go through it because you're grieving. Yes, you're in a grieving process. Like grieving the experiences that you would have potentially had during this time of year that you're not going to have with that person. You're grieving the relationship, the friendship, the connection, the talking, hearing their voice, the physical presence of this individual. I wish it was a way to just say like, no, go outside and, do 5 self-care activities and you're going to be fine. But you aren't. And that sucks. That's the reality though. It's going to take time.
Right. And I mean, and if you're a person who believes that things happen for a reason, this is a struggle, a pruning in my life, something that, I need to go through.
You have to go through.
I'll be better for
on the other side.
Well, I can hear my forefathers right now.
The forefathers.
My forefathers. And they're saying to me and saying to Jacob right now, boy, get up off yourself and bring the fish in the sea. Get up off your duff and go ahead and find another woman that's sitting up here broken about the one woman. All these women out here. That's my forefather speaking.
That's what your forefathers would say.
Yeah.
That's your unlicensed.
No, this was the therapy growing up. That was the therapy growing up in the 60s and 50s and whatever you want to go back to.
Yeah.
It wasn't no pity party type thing. I'm just saying. I'm saying, yeah.
But
we're just in a different time.
But
now,
I
you know?
do think, I think that even that goes back to some of the dysfunction.
Definitely.
Yes, and so because
You never said that hard.
I mean, no emotions, no feelings,
don't
but
feel
anything.
anything.
Just
Get over yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm really, again, like you said, thank you, Jacob, for being vulnerable. I'm gonna turn it over to Abigail. You knew it.
I knew it.
Okay, then. Well, let's. The same question I gave him. Have you had to deal with? Are you dealing with? I think you said earlier you are a little bit. And how are you getting through it?
Yeah, so much like you always say we're very similar in a lot of ways. I think I put a lot of pressure on myself and I put a lot of responsibility on myself, to no one's fault but my own. Like I take it on and I'm like, okay, I'll deal with it. And I was similar to like how you said, your forefathers, like just kind of get over it type of thing. And that's how I treat myself. And then so when the people I care about, when I see them going through something, it weighs so heavily on me because I feel that sense of responsibility. Like, okay, I have to take care of this person. I have to be there for this person. Meanwhile, like I'm trying to figure my own life out. You know what I mean? I got my own stuff going on. And so I get in these like mindsets where, and I'm very easily like, I'm either 100% or I'm nothing. Like it'll be like a couple little things and I'll roll with the punches and then one tiny thing will happen and it'll just knock me down and I'll be, in a funk for like days where I can't get out of bed or I can't, take care of myself or do anything. And, spending some time with like some friends and stuff, they try to like, okay, get out. Don't wallow in it. But I'm the type of person I have to wallow in it. Like I have to just, because I'm so on go all the time, I like need a couple days.
Of honor there.
Yeah, like I'm like
depressed. I'm wearing it. Nobody's gonna change this.
I want to be depressed. I'm sorry, Yeah,
but really, it reminds myself that I'm human, and it reminds the people around me that see me as that strong person. Like, hey, like I'm human too. I can be a little bitchy sometimes. You know what I mean? I can have that attitude.
This team here, I tell you.
So I don't know. I kind of enjoy some of the sadness sometimes because, like I said, it reminds me that I'm human sometimes.
So that's a good way of putting it. What do you have?
I mean, sometimes you need to just sit in it for a second because that's a lot of times why we're struggling as bad as we are because we've suppressed. And now it's coming
about me.
We really gonna get to this.
No, we're not.
Oh God!
But it's like a volcano.
Yes.
And at some point, and it's usually something very small, and that is a tipping point, and we erupt. But had we took a second when we were actually sad because someone passed, and sat in it for a second, said, "I am sad. I am struggling right now. I'm not doing okay." We love to say, "It's fine. I'm fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine." And like, then if one person asks you how you doing, you just start crying out of nowhere because it's something in there that needs to come out. And I mean, I tell people, suppressing your emotions is a sure way to carry it around every single place you go with you. You have to be honest with yourself. We are afraid of our own emotions.
Wow.
I'm struggling. If I'm struggling, I'm struggling.
And it's okay.
And that is totally fine. There'll be
it.
a day when I'm not struggling.
But today
I'm struggling.
And today I just want to sit in it.
Yes.
But don't let me sit in it more than a day.
I have a friend, y'all. My friend Sho. She says, she sits in it for no more than 3 days. She said sometimes she had to give herself 3 days. She said, but on the third day, Jesus rose. She said, so I'm getting my butt up. She don't say her butt, but she said, I'm getting up and I'm washing my face and I'm moving forward. She said, but sometimes I got to give myself those 3 days to be in the cave.
Oh my God. That's so 3 days.
3 days. And she said, then I rise up.
When David's son died, he did the same.
Come on.
For a period of time.
When who?
David.
I know, but everybody don't know who David is, girl. Come on, speak up. We know what?
David.
Teach us something.
King David.
Yes,
when his son
who was he? He was in the Bible.
Yeah.
She's a mess.
Him and Bathsheba committed adultery.
Yes.
He begged the Lord for their son to live, but their son ended up passing away, and he he wallowed in it for a while, then he said he had to get up. The time of mourning was over with. And but the thing is, though, there is, like the Bible clearly states, that there is a time and a season for everything.
Yes.
Come on, Ecclesiastes. Come on, girl.
Preaching the word.
I'm in a season for that. So that's why it gets real unhealthy when people try to ignore that season of mourning. Because there's a season for that. You have to get that out. If you weren't meant to get it out, then there wouldn't be a season.
Right.
And people try to be this super person and ignore those feelings that God is saying, hey, there's this season to release that so you can go to the next one. But what happens is people carry that mourning all through every season and wonder why they're not growing. Wondering why they're not feeling any type
that
of
heavy
relief.
load, you just keep dragging it around.
Yes, but
Wow.
it is important to have that time, deal with it, face it, but you gotta get up as well.
And then it starts to affect other people too, thank you.
Yes.
Because if you have, a crappy mood and you're, down in the dumps and you're being short with people and stuff like that, you could really kill the vibe of somebody who's maybe they're lifting themselves up and they're
going through something.
They're going on, 200% to try to lift other people up. And when you're carrying all that, you just don't realize how that you really bring that negativity around with you like a cloud.
Wow.
I want to say one more.
Go ahead.
Thing, to just touch on that. If you wake up and you only have 40% to give to the day because you're struggling, and you give that 40%, then you gave the day 100%.
Oh, I like that.
That's all you had.
That's all you had, but you gave me one.
had.
I like
So
that.
you gave 100%. I think that we think when we're down and we're, deficient on energy and peace and all of these things that we are somehow not giving life 100%. But if I woke up and all I had was 15 and I really pushed and I gave the day the 15% that I had, then I did give the day 100%.
That is amazing.
This is key. Why you should go to school and get your license, because the unlicensed version would have never came up with that. No.
What was the other? We heard the license. Can you give us the unlicensed version?
The unlicensed version don't even have anything to attach to that.
You don't have to say it like that, but some people need to hear the unlicensed version.
The honorary
unlicensed version.
Licensed man.
I really don't have anything on that.
You don't have.
I mean, if you give, wake
40%,
up with
40%,
15%,
15%,
and you gave the 15%, you gave 100%. Wow.
I gave everything.
That is.
I gave everything I had on
everything
it.
Wow. Yeah.
That's amazing.
See, that's key.
You got to go to school.
License. I give you some food for thought, but that's some license stuff right there.
That was good. You have any comments or questions that we need to read off over here before I go on?
A lot of them going on.
Someone asked earlier, let me find it so I can put it on the screen. And I kind of feel like loneliness and depression kind of go hand in hand. Someone asked, is loneliness a part of depression? And I kind of want to add a little to that question. Isolation, you know what I mean? I think in a way we do that to ourselves. And like, how can we find that balance of like, okay, I need time to myself, but then I need to get out of it. I need to go see people and stuff like that. Wow. So yeah, I want to kind of rearrange that question a bit. So how can you get yourself out of that isolation?
Come on, Miss Tiffany, and you look at the people because you set up for that.
Because here's the thing for me as a single woman, I think a lot of time people equate loneliness with, being alone with loneliness. And it doesn't have to be that way. Just because you're alone, that does not mean that you have to be sad. You can choose that, but it doesn't equate. It doesn't have to be that way. Because even when I'm alone, when I find other activities to get into, like how we've been talking about in this season, I've set different goals for myself. And if you have children, spend more time with them. I've reorganized my room. There's reach new goals. I've different licenses that I know that I want. Just spend time actually. So when I come out of this season, I'll be like, okay, I did something good with that alone time. But if you just kind of sit around, you will feel lonely.
Yes.
But if you are productive in your alone time, you can avoid that lonely feeling.
Oh, that was okay.
And
Give me
I-
a high five on that. Yes.
There is a grave difference between being alone and being lonely.
Right.
Being alone, you can, like I be alone watching TV. I'm just as happy just watching the game. And that's not a problem.
I promise you, baby, I am not going to bother you with these
It started at 11 o'clock today.
Me and my lady.
But it's a whole nother, because like my wife, every week she travels away from me, and
Every other week.
Yeah, every other week. Yeah, and that's a lot of alone time for me. But it's not necessarily lonely. But I guess sometimes it do get lonely.
Especially since Rex is gone.
Yeah. Oh.
Well, we're doing something about that too in the 2023.
We love to hear it.
So, Abigail, if you could, can you read off some of these comments for us? And then we're going to take a quick break and we're going to come back. We're actually in the last hour. And because we're in our studio today, we can do things a little different.
So saying that, is it okay to, because VK, healthcare consultant.
Do you know my company? VK Consultant Group, LLC. Yes.
Yeah. VK conducted or produced
yes,
party
we have
last night.
Oh, that was for, okay, let me just, we can say that. So VK, one of my clients of VK Consultant Group had a Christmas party, Texas Institute of Digestive Health at Del Frisco's last night.
Oh, I love Del Frisco's.
Dr. Yang, you can thank me later for this free advertising.
And we had an amazing time. They did they really were happy. They were very pleased, and everything turned out nice.
This was one of your clients.
One of my clients, yes.
Yes, and it was a very good time we had on last night. They even invited me to the place, so it was very, very. It was a good evening.
Yes,
with Dr. Yang and your crew over there.
Well,
so I just want to give them a shout out.
They really every year we do a Christmas party, and every year is either we're going to turn the office and we have it catered, or we go out to a very nice restaurant. And he really does take good care of his staff, his team. So again, to you guys that are listening at Texas Institute of Digestive Health, I absolutely love you guys. And I love the practice. And Dr. Yang, you're my doctor. We also have a VK video. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to run that video, and so y'all can see what's happening with VK. There you go. Welcome back to the Love and Victory Show with Val. Oh my God, I don't want to be petty.
You the host?
I am the host. I am the host. I am your host. What am I gonna do with it? He is so petty. He's really trying to have his best behavior on. Oh, it's kind of looking a look. There he goes. He really has his best behavior on because he really wants me to get him out of here so he can get in front of the TV for those 3 games, right? All righty then. Look at 3 fingers. Okay. I am so excited about this show. I know this show. Couple of things going on. I want to first, before I move on and go back to our conversation, I want to present these 2 young ladies with something special. Tiffany, my good Judy, yes. My friend, my little sister, you have been an amazing support. God sent me to Little Rock. I thought he sent me there for one reason. But I know that journey that I had to go to Little Rock was because I had to meet you. And meeting you has changed my life in so many ways for the good. You made me dig in and deal with some stuff that I thought I didn't want to deal with. And you forced me.
God bless you. Brand new.
Go
ahead, girl.
And just can't stand him. I cannot. But that's what I love about it. And just thank you. Just watching and seeing how much you have grown and developed, and that God gave me a little piece of a glimmer to look in your life. And I'm just so proud of the woman you've become. And with that being said, y'all see our new shirts.
It looks
Y'all
nice.
see these here jackets. I am blessing you. We are blessing you so that you can walk around with the Love and Victory Show with Val. Let me make sure this is your son. This is yours. There you go.
Thank you so much. This is beautiful. I appreciate it so much.
Oh, thank you.
Go ahead, try it on.
And that's
You don't
just
have to try it on. Brother
that's
Carter,
because,
wear it right
that's
now.
because we love you also. Amen.
Yes, and I love you guys too. I thank
We-
you guys so much.
We truly love you, and we understand the sacrifice that you make when you travel down here once a month, every month, to be in studio. So I really appreciate that.
So she need to tell what is that? 8 people. She need a company jet.
Y'all see why I have to okay. And to Stephanie, I am just so grateful to God for you, because you came in my life and I'm like, how did you get in my life? And it's just like you've been in my life my entire time. Stephanie is someone that is truly, she is a true woman of God that loved me before she even saw me. And she treats me out. But of course, when you have a great team, they know what to do and get us right back in. So thank you. And again, Stephanie, thank you. Tiff, Brother Carter, he always, that's right, baby. Double check that thing. Double check that thing. I just love our family. So with that being said, Miss Stephanie, Stephanie is a licensed therapist. I'm going to ask that she turn to the camera and tell the people about you, because now you are open for business.
I am.
Share with them.
Oh, she's official.
I am.
Mhm.
So I'm a licensed professional counselor associate, and I work for Greater Houston Counseling Services. I'm under the supervision of Christina Runnels, who is the founder and practice owner. And I see clients in Cypress and Katy, Texas. I also do telehealth, which is virtual appointments. I'm credentialed to take Cigna right now and also TriWest. So I do work with a lot of veterans as well. Some of my specialties include depression, anxiety, OCD. So we deal with the compulsions as well as the ruminations, the thoughts. We deal with the grief, loss, self-esteem issues, self-worth. I deal with interpersonal relationships, intrapersonal, which is the relationship with yourself, and then also the relationship with your family, any of those challenges. I see kiddos too, as young as 3. I do child play therapy. The rooms are super cool. And I would love to assist you if you are in a time where you may need a little bit of help. I just come alongside you. You drive the car. I'm just in the car with you, maybe just giving a little bit of guidance. But I don't take it lightly. When people seek me out as a therapist, I take it as a really high honor, and I take it very serious. And it's always an honor when I'm able to come along someone during this time of their journey.
As you guys can see, she's very personable. And when you're needing to talk to someone, you don't want someone talking at you. Stephanie is an easy listener, and she's definitely someone that you can be transparent with. Even before she became a licensed therapist, she was one that I always felt very comfortable talking to. So I would put my name on her, and I don't put my name on very many people because people go in and out. But I would say to you, in this day and age, and it's just in this season and this time, if you're looking for someone that has a heart like God, that has compassion for people, and that
and a zeal for life.
Yes.
And that can even give you a song. If you need a song, do you understand? She is just a beautiful soul. I say seek her out. And I think we have her information there. We'll make sure that her contact information is down at the bottom, so that you guys please take it down, write it down. Let me ask a question. Do you do online therapy as well?
Yes.
So let's talk about that, because not everybody is able to make it to your
Absolutely.
location?
So I have people who are still, very nervous to go outside because of the pandemic,
Mhm.
or I just have people who just prefer to do it online.
Mhm.
I do telehealth. I'd prefer you come inside of the building because then the social cues aren't missed.
Mhm.
But if you can and you would prefer to start with telehealth or just do telehealth the entire time that you're seeing me, the whole duration, then that's fine too.
Well, let's talk about that because there are some people that may just want to start with therapy through telehealth
Yes.
to get the wall down.
Absolutely.
Would you recommend that? Because especially in our culture, we really are just now opening up
Yes.
to therapy.
That's true.
And so I would think any way we can get them in,
yes,
come
100%.
through the door.
Absolutely. Anyway, however you feel comfortable, it is your journey.
Mhm.
So if you're like, I'm not comfortable coming and talking face to face with someone, we don't have this connection yet. We haven't built a rapport. And so because of that, I don't feel comfortable. I don't trust you, which a lot of people, they don't trust
you because they don't know you.
They don't know me.
Mhm.
So I would say if that is, you want to start therapy, but you're kind of like, I don't want to come in person, then we'll go through the portal and we'll set up a video call and it'll be just as amazing.
It'll be just like you are right now. See how connected you are to us now.
Yes.
This is
Listen.
what we do every Saturday.
Yes.
We have our therapists with our unlicensed therapists. We have
Mhm.
therapy with our
Oh,
unlicensed,
our
honorary.
our unlicensed, and then of course we always have a professional. We try to have a professional in the seat like yourself. So we have our license.
Y'all, they just love me
and see-
so much. They just think I'm
Yeah,
just
see,
so
her
much.
license just edified my unlicensed.
Absolutely.
She just have a different way of expressing the same things I'm saying. But she have a more elegant way of doing it. And also, you guys have heard all the many things that she do tackle as far as mental health and life lessons and stuff like that. There should be a line at her door because all of you, not me, but all of you suffer from one thing or another.
Not Brother Carter, y'all. Brother Carter is good. Just we the only one that got issues.
And so my question would be to our culture. How do you get someone to admit that they have a issue that need to be addressed? Because a lot of people often will not even admit that, and especially in our culture. Is there a way to address that?
You want to tackle it?
I'll let you go.
I
honestly,
be asking some serious
you
stuff.
do ask. This is a good question.
Well, I think I can't.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I wonder what mama think with all
here's
the
what I
wisdom.
think. I think sometime, and this is unlicensed, but just from life. I think sometime when you look in the mirror and you really do a self-evaluation of yourself and you say, I'm tired of being tired, you know it. And the issue is pointing them in the direction where they can get some help at. Because I think that just looking, sometimes you just have to look in that mirror and you just got to say, I know I got issues. And you don't need someone attacking you, because if I tell someone, you tell me I got a problem, not your therapist, but you keep coming at me like, I'm not going to hear that. I'm going to go on a defense. But if you come to me in a loving way and I'm talking to you, I'm open, we're having a conversation, I'm open, then you can.
Absolutely.
Would you agree?
But
with
that takes something to get to that point where you're talking to the licensed therapist, though. Excuse me?
Will you ask your question one more time?
How do you get someone that won't admit that they have a social issue, mental issue, blah, 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 whatever the issue may be? Because we all trust and believe, not a one of us do not have.
So now you done put yourself back in there.
I'll just be kidding when I say that. But we all have some kind of issue, capacity of some kind of problem in our life, and we all need to seek some kind of counseling. But how do you get me to just admit that I need some help?
Oh, get me.
I do want to add one thing on that.
Yeah, add a bunch of things.
Honestly, I feel like we the other people around them, we can't get them to admit anything. They have to want that for themselves. Some people are you dealing with pride, you dealing with being stubborn, you dealing with it. Some people just don't want to admit their shortcomings. It don't matter how much you change. It don't matter how much love you're showing and saying, look, this is bothering me. Can we work through this together?
Until you
it
get to
don't
that.
matter how you paint the picture until they themselves are ready to make a self change. Because if you're saying it and it's when someone close to you, whether it's a sister, brother, wife, husband, friend, more than likely you're not the only person that's told them that. And a person has to want to self-reflect and say, okay, I'm hearing this constantly, or I'm hearing this more than from one person. Let me at least consider it. But there's nothing we can do until they're willing to say, hey,
it's just like a person that's on drugs until they don't
Y'all
see
talking to me now.
Okay.
I'm the one that's
right. Well,
how to get out of the shell.
How to get out of the shell. Okay,
Yeah.
so I don't care how much I come to you and I say, Lawrence, I think that there's something going on with you. You're not going to move until you yourself, till you see it, until you know what it is.
I would say something going on with your mama. Talking me.
Yes, you will. Oh, Lord Jesus. Let me tell y'all something. Can y'all tell how free he is today?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I tell him.
You know, he at the house today. You feel
so as the license.
They're correct.
They pretty much spot on, huh?
Yes, self-awareness is there's a premium price on that, but people will not. No one wants to feel like they're a bad person, and so because of that, they won't reflect, and because of that, they won't seek help. Because if you're seeking help, then that you assume that there's something wrong with me.
Can I ask a question? I want to take that question a little bit further. So, how would you recommend somebody go about, like, let's say you're dealing with somebody in your life who they won't admit that to themselves, they won't seek help. How can you interact with them with compassion, but without bringing yourself down? If that person is like refusing, you know what I mean, to get the help that they need.
That's a good. You got another unlicensed over here. Go ahead.
These is
honorary. She's the honorary because it's coming.
Listen, and this may not be an answer, but this is just how I've had to do it. Being in a constant state of forgiveness
That is
every single day. And when I say that, I mean, it could be like in my situation, someone I love, it's just, they just don't get it, you know? And at first it was angering me. It was making me not want to deal with them, all of that. But for me, because I know that I can't force that person, I don't care how many tears I cry, no matter what I do, I have to accept them for who they are and love them regardless, and be in a constant state of forgiveness, but also put boundaries up.
That part.
Put boundaries up so that I don't have to be, just to make sure that I get that respect and not be pushed into a state of anger. Deal with them from a distance is how I have to embrace them, but just find that middle ground so that you can still deal with that person. Because I haven't really been able to get through to certain people that's in that situation, in that relationship with me. I haven't been able to get through to them. And that's the only way that I can help in a healthy way deal with it.
That's really good.
That's good.
Tiffany just described what's called loving detachment, where you love this person, you love them unconditionally, but because being around them is harmful to your own emotional stability, you pull away, you implement boundaries, and you accept them for how they are. Accepting doesn't mean I approve of the way that you are, but because this person hasn't identified yet that the way that they are. And for a lot of people, I think they lose enough relationships with people who are close to them, then that'll be a wake-up call. For a lot of people, it takes something, I hate to say it, but tragic for them to wake up and see, man, I'm the problem. It's not everyone else. But until they have that wake-up call, again, practice loving detachment, because they're causing you emotional harm. So you have to withdraw yourself from your presence, not your love. We don't want to withdraw love, but we want to withdraw presence.
That's good. Did that help?
Yeah, that totally answered my question.
Okay, well, we're almost at the end of this show.
No.
And now it's time for us one more time We have reached our over 1,000 followers. It's subscribers on YouTube. So for today, we have something special. Abigail, actually, this is what I want to do. I want you to shake it up, Abigail. And then I
need to tell them what's going on.
Yeah, you can tell them what's going on, but I actually want Brother Carter to do the pulling.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you're gonna shake it up.
All
You're
right.
gonna stay in front of
See.
Brother Carter. Can you go over by that side
So-
and then do the draw?
Yeah, she can
I
slide
can
it
set
right
it right
here.
there. We asked some of our subscribers and our guests on the show to send us a video clip just congratulating us, letting us know what they love about the Love and Victory show in that video that you guys saw earlier. So everyone who submitted a video has a name right here, and that person is going to get a gift card today.
And they have to be still on to, because we're going to pull another name. If you're not still watching, if you're not following, I mean, you're still not on.
They all folded.
We're going to say your name.
Yep, they're all folded.
We'll give you a moment to go down in the chat and claim your prize.
All right. Drum roll.
Drum roll. Christian is gonna get y'all with all his editing, and y'all know they gonna get y'all.
And I hand it to you.
Okay. Did you put that's the one you pulled?
That's the one I pulled.
Actually, wow, Justin.
Ah.
If you're on, Justin, please go in the chat and claim your prize. It's for a $50 gift card. Justin, if you are on, go into the chat now.
Come on, Justin. You've been on all day.
You have 2
minutes.
2 minutes to claim your prize, and we will do another. Y'all got the timer on?
I can
2
put a
minutes.
timer on.
That's all they get. 2 minutes. $50. Claim your prize. So with that being said, we're going to move on, and I'm going to also tell you guys something else. So we're going to be off for the holidays for the next 2 weeks, so there will not be another live show. We're going to take some time with our family, and we hope that you guys do the same. And then we're going to come back like gangbusters in 2023. And when we come back in 2023, we're going to be doing a 2-hour show. Our show will start from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. We're super excited. We have a lot. Somebody said, "Ooh, to go grab it." Like somebody was talking about the chat. They want the prize. So I'm super excited about this. Brother Carter, how do you feel about the 2-hour show and
2 hours over 3 hours?
2 hours over 3 hours. So that means that we're going to come in hot. We will still have we got some treats. I'm not going to give it all up to you guys right now, but just know that the show will start at 8 a.m. versus 7 a.m. On Saturdays in the new year, and it will end at 10 a.m. Anybody have any thoughts?
I want to also mention that I'm a Facebook kind of guy. YouTube has taken over and become the leader in this subscribers thing. So I want to speak to my Facebook family and friends. I want y'all to take over. I want Facebook to take over and get if YouTube had 1,000 plus 1,000 plus followers and subscribers, Facebook, let's super exceed YouTube.
Oh, so now you got
I got to plead.
A plea or a challenge?
I'm a plead.
You pleading that they go ahead and go for it.
Yes.
Well, you know what, Brother Carter?
Yes.
I think that's a great challenge to have. And so
when we come back in 2023, it's going to be our Male's Perspective show.
And
I want Facebook to blow YouTube out.
Oh, you are so petty.
You heard it here.
You heard it here first. Let me ask, what is that show title going to be?
That one is going to be titled Men of Steel, What is Your Kryptonite?
Ooh,
that's good.
Men of Steel, what is your kryptonite?
Brother Carter.
Talk back to me if you can.
Well, Justin is not on here. He has not grabbed his, claimed his prize, and now
Justin been on there all morning. What
You gotta
happened?
be careful with the thing, cause
Okay.
so now Justin been on there all morning. Now he's off. He had to go over there and take care of the animals.
Okay, there's another.
Okay. So let me see. Yielded. Yielded.
She was asking about that.
Yielded. If you're still out there, if any Yielded's friends is still out there,
Let her know.
y'all better let her know. She has
Tell her to tune in.
Tune in. 2 minutes.
Tune in,
2 minutes to grab your prize. And I'm not sending you no text. I'm keeping it all fair. Yielded. If you're still out there, you got 2 minutes to grab your prize.
Starting now.
Starting now. Okay then. So I'm gonna ask Tiffany and Stephanie, how do y'all feel about, honestly, how did y'all feel about the show today, and how do y'all feel about the environment, and what do you think about 2022 and changing the show up a little bit?
This show is amazing. It was right on time. I love that every time that I come, it always coincides with my life exactly where I am. It helps me through the week. I love the new environment. It's almost like the show has become therapy for me. Just talking with you guys through certain issues that you guys may not even know I'm personally dealing with. And sometimes it helps for me to talk through it myself. So I definitely look forward to coming here every single time, I promise. And I love, like I said, I love the new environment. It definitely feels like home already. I feel like we're all vibing off each other's energy, and it just feels so good. And just so happy to be here.
Okay.
I mean, the show is always really good.
Yes.
But just being, like you said, it feels like we're at home. So like we were able to come in and just really like just breathe, like just, you know, relax into ourselves and just like be more vulnerable. And I don't know, the words that keep coming to my mind are onward and upward. I'm super excited about the new year for the Love and Victory show with Val and Mother Carter and the podcast and all of the entities that they have. I think it's going to be amazing. I feel like this is just the beginning of something new.
Oh my God. Well, I thank you
I
guys
agree.
both.
Welcome.
What do y'all think about the hour, the 8, losing an hour, just doing it for 2 hours?
Nobody's gonna miss that.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be just as effective.
Okay.
So we can't be long-winded and go off topic because we like to go off topic
topic.
and then dance around and then come back.
Yeah.
So we got to be more.
Yeah,
on-
structured.
Oh, that word made me want to vomit.
We're gonna see how that works out.
So I guess what I'm hearing you. So here's what's going to happen. That means that the guests are going to have to come right on in with us. So
That's exactly what happened.
So we're coming in hot.
I'm here for that.
We're coming in hot in 2023.
Yes.
We're starting off with our guests. So
Yes.
I absolutely love this.
It's gonna be good.
It's going to be a good show. Well, Yielded's not on.
What's going on with you?
I don't know. So we're going to pull another one. Don't shake it.
When I pull the cap off, it's
Don't
Yielded.
give me another
All
one.
right,
Yielded
Yielded.
is over.
It's done. Okay, this is 2 or 3 wrapped together here. Let's
I
get
think would it
that.
be petty? You know, I'm so petty. Y'all know I'm petty. I think we can put the names that didn't call in the chat. Put them up there so they can see. I'm petty. Sorry, you didn't make it.
I
in
like
time.
it.
You like that?
I like it.
I'm petty. So sorry. Okay, Andrea.
Ooh, Andrea.
Yeah. Okay, Andrea, are you there? Are you? No. You cannot reach out. You cannot say anything. But Andrea, if you're not listening, I may be taking this $50 home to myself. So, Andrea, you got 2 minutes.
That's
2 minutes. Wait, somebody timer.
Set that timer.
Two people missed out on that Christmas blessing already.
Okay, y'all. I know these other ones.
And both of them was on the show.
They've been on here. They've been on. Everybody been on. I guess these other ones are saying they mad. They wish they'd put their name in the hat. Okay, so 2 minutes. Y'all got the timer going?
I got the timer going.
Okay,
Timer is
Jacob,
on.
what did you think about the show today? You need a mic?
Sure.
Take that mic. There you go.
I thought it was great. I mean, certainly a little stressful there at the beginning.
You was
getting in
stressed?
here, trying to figure out
Yeah.
how is this going to work? How is the setup going to look like? But once we got settled in, definitely. I mean, for whatever reason, I can't place a finger on it, but it's just a more relaxing, more comfortable, just it's cozy.
Yeah.
Right? And I mean, you guys felt that.
Yeah.
By the way, there's something about being in that studio with those mics and that humongous board.
It's different, right? Okay. We were grateful, but we just asked, how did you feel about today's show?
It was good. Should I share what I learned?
Yes.
You know, I learned that instead of having a pity party, I should just man up and.
You listening to my forefathers, huh?
What's going on?
You're wrong.
So thank you.
Wait. So what I'm hearing you say, him say is that he rather had you like his counsel better than the licensed therapist counsel.
From his forefathers.
I would pay for that.
I love it. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Okay. You got a link like Brother Carter. You can catch him every Saturday morning from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here.
Cutting up.
On the Love and Victory Show.
With Val.
All right. So we do have our winner. So she's driving, so she wasn't able to respond, but her daughter responded in the chat for her to claim her prize.
What? No, we don't.
Oh.
We don't.
She's driving.
Well, she can call.
She can call?
She can call.
All
She
right.
gonna call.
She can call.
Let me put our
Give her
number
my
on the
cell
phone.
number. Give her my number.
No, I'm not putting that on the screen.
No, just send it to her daughter and have her give it to her mom and have her call.
Okay.
Yes. I gotta be
And
fair.
she had 1 minute to do
She
that
got
before I pull
1
a
minute.
name.
Oh, 1 minute. That's okay. I want to see how bad you want that $50.
I want it if you don't call.
I'm
gonna call on your behalf.
Yes, she has to call my cell phone.
All right. I just shared your number. I got you.
Okay, then. Yeah,
Not putting that on the screen.
you
though.
can't put that on the screen now. 'Cause all them folks.
You got enough calls already.
Oh God, I have to change
You
my
have the
number.
most annoying ringtone too.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Y'all don't like
I love the
my
honesty.
Diddy, over and over.
Oh, well, you
Would
know.
you please answer that phone?
Oh, for real. Oh, y'all are so mean. Well, you have to help me too because I had one of my phone one time in a meeting.
Do you have your phone? She said
I'm
she's
looking
calling.
at it.
Oh, okay.
I haven't heard anything.
All
There
right.
she goes. She just called. Like, hi, baby. Hello. And I'm answering this live. Hold on. I'm putting you on speaker. Hello, this is Valerie Carter with
This
the
is
Love
Love-
Victory Show with Val. How can I help you? And I loved it. And you're calling to claim your prize. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, guess what? Thank you again for subscribing and being a follower and a watcher of the Love and Victory Show with Val. Since I have you on, can you tell me what is it that you love about our show?
Well, it helps so many people, and your show is practical. Today about seasonal depression, and I tell you, one show was so fascinating with the young ladies, the college young ladies, talking with them about the future, and they were just such strong Christian women. I hope that a lot of people will help that day, you know, knowing that combined with your degree in Christ, that anything is possible.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just so hoping, you know, that it stuck with young women and, you know, just all of your shows will stick with kids, the young people and older alike, and help them grow in Christ.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing. And I really, really appreciate you being a follower and someone that is enjoying the show. Please, please tell your friends, tell your family. You heard Brother Carter, he has a challenge going on now. He has a challenge because, you know, we're a little old school. He loves Facebook. And so he has this thing because there are more YouTube followers. He wants Facebook to blow up in 2023. So please have. He ain't claiming that. And so we want you guys to tell your friends, pass it around. And again, thank you. I'll make sure that I get your $50 gift card to you ASAP. Thank you so much. You too. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye. All righty. That was beautiful. So she deserved it. And let's put her up as a winner on the screen. And I'm just, again, grateful. Brother Carter, I'm going to turn this part over to you. What did you get out of the show, and what do you want to leave the people with?
Okay. Hello, once again. Look, I know we have this seasonal depression is very, very real. It's a time that most people reflect on people that has gone on before them, and it's a time where you start missing those loved ones, especially when it comes down to your mothers or your fathers of life. And so, and those people that are near and dear to your heart. And so I'm not going to tell you seasonal depression is not a real deal, because it is a real deal. But in this life, we have a choice we can make also to be happy. And I want you to choose this holiday to be happy. Choose happiness over loneliness. Choose happiness over depression. Choose happiness over missing loved ones. And make this holiday a very special Christmas, not only for you, but the loved ones that are here around you.
Beautiful. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. I mean, I don't think anything else needs to be said.
Absolutely not.
I mean, that's a great way to end the show. And again, every Saturday morning from 8 a.m.
I gotta leave this with them.
Okay, come on, brother.
Be not
Come on now.
conformed
Okay.
to this world and the way it think, but be ye transformed day in and day out by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good. God is good, isn't he good?
Ain't he good?
Prove what that is that good and that it perfect and acceptable will of God. You can do it. You can do it. Just tell yourself you can do it, and trust me, you can do it. Be happy. We love you.
Okay, before I end this one here, you did that. Now the Holy Spirit said, take us out with a song.
Jesus,
come on.
You're the center of my joy. All that's good and perfect comes from you.
Yes, it does.
You're the heart of my contentment, and it's hope for all I do. Jesus, you're the center of my joy.
Amen.
Hey, yes. And you can continue to follow us, like us. How can they get to us, Abigail?
Yeah, so they can follow us on all of our social medias. It is LV with Val.
Yes.
Just LV with Val. Please, please, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you just look up the Love and Victory Show with Val, it is right there at the top. Please help us get to 2,000 and 100,000 and 1 million.
Yes.
We want to get everywhere.
Yes.
So tell your friends, tell everybody, let people know that you like the show, and tell them what you love about the show so we can get the word out.
And then also put in the comments, let us know. We want to hear the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want to know what you think we can do in 2023 to make this show better to improve, and anything that you think that can help the show and that you want to hear. So again, until next time, can everybody look at the camera and say goodbye? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
We love